What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the 90 Degrees Fightcast. Today I'm with Atilla Varga. He's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu with a lot of history and experience in martial arts. I believe starting from 1986, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you for being on the podcast. Very nice to spar with you today and everything. So our podcast is about inspiring, motivating and helping people to succeed in life, and I'm actually really honoured to have you on the show. Could you share a little bit about yourself, your history, what got you into martial arts?
Yeah, so in 1986 I was about 15, 16 years old, and I think just like many youngs I was bullied in school, and I found it helpful to make sorts of physical exercises, learn something, and after when I started to defend myself more effectively, I just realized it's gonna be a longer path in my life, and actually all of my life is based on training since. And the main thing is the mindset. So, and if something needs the encouraging people or something, the mindset is the most important. So what we think and how we want. And training is very important, because if you want to keep physical, mental and emotional balance, we have to give the stress all the free. So physical training is actually giving stress. Stress is not always a negative word. Yeah. And we have to give the stress as well mentally. So when we learn something, sometimes we feel already too many things in our head. We have to forget few things to learn something new, or anything like that. It's very simple. Just we have to give the stress to ourselves and get the adaptation.
Stress ourselves, isn't it? And
we have to. Training is kind of a stress. It's not a negative stress, because there is no adaptation if I'm not giving. So for example, the nervous system doesn't know if we strength conditioning, I use kettlebell, free weight, body weight, doesn't know what I am using. It just knows there's a resistant training happening, so muscles growing, getting stronger, and the mind is the same. So more positive mental attitude I have towards something, more beneficial the future is actually, because I focus towards a direction I want to get.
No, that's really good. You've you do kettlebell training. You've done Muay Thai as well, right?
Yes, Muay Thai, boxing, kettlebell.
A little bit about your Muay Thai, because I know you've been Ryan Robinson's, by the way. A shout out to Ryan Robinson's channel. Please check it out. Told me a lot about your Muay Thai.
Yeah, Muay Thai boxing I started 1986. And I did other martial arts before, Taekwondo for a while, Kung Fu for a while. I did Shaolin Kung Fu, and the Muay Thai was actually what gave me the core of the fight. Every fight starts in standing, and not always grip, not always punching. And of course later on, when I was a bouncer, I was working as bodyguard. Nobody loves it when 5 times 2 minutes, 5 rounds of 2 minutes you fight in the dance parket. So you have to grab someone, pull him out when you work. So Jiu-Jitsu is very, very important as well. So I would say, if you talk about self-defense, and my concept is always closer to self-defense than the sport-specific way thinking. Very important, the stand-up fight, the standing fight, especially with hands and legs. Boxing, great, that's foundation of standing fight, but we need something kicking, something with legs as well, especially close range, use the knees, low kicks. And when we have the closer range, we can take the fight to the ground, or very simply, if the work requires to get some action, to get someone and pull out from a crowd, for example.
Yeah, I see. So obviously we all know martial arts is very hard, and you've been in it for a very long time now, isn't it? What's everyone feels like giving up every so often. What would you say was your hardest moment, and what would you tell someone? How did you get out of it, and what would you tell people so they can continue?
Yeah, I can see that many times. We have sometimes people. I have the question: do I have any improvement? Oh, I am struggle. I'm not improving. I think in every single gym there is a moment when people feels this.
Yeah.
But the main reason why they feel this, because everyone's improving the same time. They always fighting, practicing with the same people who's improving the same way like them. Of course, they can't feel it all the time. And I strongly believe that only one important step is just over the door to the mat. Just happen. Make it happen and just keep going. And commitment. If you have commitment, if you committed to do something, and if you do it regularly, it's simply just happening. Consistency is the key, but without commitment, it's not.
Yeah.
And the commitment is not happens without the consistency. So these two things very important. Do it regularly and don't give it up. Of course, always happens. It's just like in life. It's like a roller coaster. Up, once down. Once you feel everything happens easy and everything is going brilliantly, every sweep, every submission, everything. In Muay Thai, just kick the head easy. Nobody can touch you. And other day, even much more simple things with people just struggling. The main thing is we improving more when we struggle.
Yeah.
Because we have to step over our own level. And there is no point to stop there, because that's the point when we're growing, when we struggle.
So the struggle is a really important thing.
Yes. You have to feel sometimes, because anyway, everything goes easy. You have just the feeling of success, and you don't feel you step over your own limitation.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, definitely.
So, of course, sometimes you feel it's not going easy. Sometimes you feel it's difficult, but it's normal. When you lift weight, you don't feel every single time after fresh.
Yeah.
You have to feel, not muscle fatigue, but sometimes you have to feel, oh, it was enough.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Today was a difficult session. I think it was the eye-opener. But again, like consistency, it gives me the drive to actually just want to come and keep coming and actually work on my nogi game. Very, very difficult. So in terms of you're over 40 now, right? You look nowhere near it.
53.
Oh, 53?
This year is 50. This year, not yet.
Yeah.
Still a few months.
Oh wow, you do not look.
I don't know, 5-10 seconds I look younger. Yeah.
No, definitely. I wouldn't have noticed. I would have said like 40s, but you, because obviously I know that you want to inspire people over their 40s, right? Tell us a little bit more about what your aspiration is there.
Two age group I keep focus on to motivating. I would say motivation, I don't believe as well at the same time in motivation, because someone want to do it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I keep eyes open, and I try to give option and the thinking system and thinking way how to achieve goals. One of them is the young ages, 6, 7, 8, 10. Why? Because that's the generation unfortunately in trouble. Mm-hmm. And when someone in that age coming down and I ask them just do a squat and they can't do one correct squat because they have tight ankles. I'm not saying even not strong enough, sometimes happens, it just makes me sad.
Yeah.
My dad at the age of 80 can squat like a baby. Yeah, because he was working all of his life. And when I was kid, and everyone at my age probably was the same, when our mom said summertime when the first light is on, come home, so we could spend more time outside.
Yeah.
Today the problem is, people sitting a lot, kids sitting in a school, a lot of too high requirement towards them. They're sitting in a car when they drop to the school and drop home. They're sitting at home when they're studying, and they're sitting at home when they're playing Xbox.
Yeah.
And they're not going outside to playing as much. The other age group I keep focus on, yes, exactly, over 40, because that's a very critical age group when people think, I don't have, yes, yeah. From here, it's done.
Yeah.
And getting tired after a few steps up on the stairs is normal. It's not normal.
I hear this a lot because I work in obviously a school, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I've got kids. I've got 2, 3 kids. I can't do this. I can't do that." What would you say to that then?
The life is changing. I think 16, 18 years person for. I would say one very important word is coming to life. What it never was before important, and now it's gonna be. It's called for responsibility. Mm. Because at the age of 16, for example, when someone is going to school, do your study, keep your room tidy, and do whatever you want, nearly. No? Because this is... And of course, respect others, yeah? At the age of 18, let's say, someone needs a new job. New job is there, responsibility, growing. Girlfriend, boyfriend, doesn't matter. New house, paying tax, paying rent, paying the bills.
Lifestyles.
Yes, everything is changing. Yeah. And the main thing is when I'm seeing the kids to play, you know, is when you see them, they so effortless to play, never getting tired. Their mind is full with enjoyment, full of energy. Yeah. And when you see adults, sometimes you feel they enjoy the moment, might be, but their mind is not there. Because what we do, when you work, you think about I want to do this on summer holiday. I go to train. And when you go to train on your holiday, you're going to think about it already. How am I going to pay the tax? How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to...
Stressing out with
yes.
things, yeah.
We're not living in the moment anymore. Did you realize? Again, a Monday. Again, a Tuesday.
Yeah.
1 month in gone.
It's a loop. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a loop.
So it's what we're doing in this. We have to enjoy the moment. Yeah, and very simply, difficult to leave the moment when the mind is full of with these things. So we have to open up the mind and hit the gym and make some new friends. And especially the training, when more people on the mat with the same things, it seems just open up something what we didn't feel for long, and this is enjoyment for fight. And not to hurt each other, but also we know each other's limit. We know each other's barrier. We just like one knife makes stronger the other knife.
Yeah,
it's the same.
Iron sharpens iron. That's
yes, exactly.
Steel sharpens steel.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. So we help and support each other on the mat during the classes and outside of the mat. Building a little community like this is very, very essential. Again, going back to youngs, well, again, is a big trouble because they're carrying a knife, they don't have the right manner, they don't respect others, for example, or anyone.
Yeah.
I think the priority of all of the gym to help, all of the gyms to help and support this age group as well.
Yeah.
Invite, like just call them into the gym, give them an opportunity and something to build a normal life based on strength and respect, and also the real values in life. So this is actually how we could make the generation, which one I would say in trouble, healthier and stronger. Because this is our responsibility as well. Because when we're getting older, they're getting older as well. One day they're going up to the steep, growing up, and they're gonna be that generation.
They're gonna the one in charge, isn't it?
Yeah, in charge the whole country. Simply, we have to give them the opportunity to get the right mindset. Yeah. The mindset is everything, and stronger your mind, stronger your body can be as well. If the body follows, again, if I give the stress to my body with training, my body getting stronger, muscles getting stronger, it's simply everything. If I keep studying as well, emotionally, if you love the people around you who counts, so emotional strength is very important as well, it's also getting stronger.
Yeah.
I would say these three things are very beneficial and very important in life. If you're going back to 40s as you asked, that's another critical age group. People think there is nothing else anymore. It's normal to getting overweight, normal to getting tired after a few meter steps. They accept it and they think it's normal. But it's not normal. Everyone has their right and everyone deserves to get strength and be strong as much possible. My favorite explanation is like training is not a training. Training is like you put your money to your bank today, for example, and when you're gonna be 85, you go to the ATM machine and your great grandson gonna say, "Oh, I need an ice cream." You get money, you get an ice cream.
Yeah.
You put every single day into the bank the work, and when you're gonna be 85, you're not going like this. You're gonna run to the ATM machine, and after the age of 85, still you're gonna play football with your great grandson.
Yeah.
Because you're capable. Because every single day, just like you put the money, you put the effort into the bank, the invisible bank. Yourself.
Yeah.
The best investment is always myself.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, emotionally. The other thing is you can lose anything in life, but one thing never is your skill. And more things you know, more chance you have restart anything anytime.
Yeah, to be highly skillful, right?
Exactly.
To build any skill and anything. So if someone didn't want jiu-jitsu, so let's just say if someone's passion doesn't lie in jiu-jitsu or martial arts or this, would you just say anything is good enough as long as they're doing something?
Yes.
Yeah.
The main thing, just keep going. Keep going.
And do it, whether it's a sport, baseball, it's just
whatever makes people happy. Of course, it depends on the goal.
Yeah.
If someone wants self-defense, probably I wouldn't recommend baseball. So something what is based on this. Why I would say martial arts is one of the best self-expression, because you have to prove yourself in many different ways.
Yeah.
You have to fight with bigger, smaller, heavier, stronger. You have to find the strategy, you have to find the tactic, you have to find the technique, everything.
And you have to overcome your psychological dilemmas, isn't it? When you're there, you're sometimes feeling inadequate or not confident enough. It helps a lot, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, because I find that's something that even if I've been with a stronger opponent, they can still break you with will, you know? So being around people like that is really important as well.
Yeah, it's also teaching people to keep the ego away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because only one thing what you don't need on the mat is the ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you want to support each other. You don't want to hurt each other on the mat. And very simply, it not means you want to be harmless. So outside on the street, for example, if you're capable to protect yourself or your loved one, you have to, you're capable.
Yes.
And that's the main thing again, especially nowadays, it's very important.
What I notice is though, this is why I like to talk and I like to start this podcast is, the more people do martial arts, the less ego they do have.
Yeah.
I think they realise very early, because some of the kindest people I've met, you're a very kind person, Ryan Robertson, everyone I train with who's actually been in martial arts for a long time, they're very kind. Doesn't mean they're not capable of harm. And this is the thing I notice, it's really important because the generation, like you were saying, picking up knives, guns, fighting, I think it comes from an insecurity. There's a danger in the world, you know, so I think it's so important, and that's why Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, even just the strength and conditioning, I think it's a pathway and a gateway into solving the problems that we're seeing every day. Yeah,
I would say the main thing, yes, exactly as you said, but if you talk about something what all the three, physically, emotionally, and mentally make stronger, I would say if nothing else about lifting weight, for example, what is great. We talk about health, long health. So we think about longer term. So not just few weeks, months. I want to be strong, decades. Yeah. And the main thing is to make stronger the foundation of human movements. Yeah. Push, pull, loaded carrying, hips hinge, squat, and lift.
So you would
so
say
simple.
Not just weights. They need to be doing the.
You have to know what. Why functional? What is functional strength? How you would describe functional strength?
To be able to do all the movements that you need to do, but long term, you know, to be able to
functional strength is actually the functional human movements. What I just said is what is the human body capable and doing functionally. It's a very interesting thing. What if I'm saying your grandma and my grandma, they had the same movements first in life, crawling, for example. Let's say, for example, if we're going back to history, the caveman went for hunting.
Yeah.
Get the spear, throw the spear, hips rotation, punch, baseball. Doesn't matter, same movements pattern. Yeah?
Yeah.
Got the animal. He has to pull, loaded carrying. He has to pick it up to the shoulder, squat, stand up, loaded carrying. Yeah? And at home, just squat and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No chairs back in the day.
What's your original background? Where you
From Bangladesh.
Yeah. Asian people, when they squat, it looks like they invented squat.
I know you do.
100 years old Indian person can squat, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, hours like this. This is what I said. My dad, at the age of 80, squats like this. And when someone comes to the mat, age of 6, and doing this, it just...
They can't do it no more.
No. Yeah. And it's because he's sitting.
Yeah.
Because the Western modern lifestyle is simply just poisoning our movements pattern. And that's what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what kind of sport someone do. What is even more important, make stronger the foundational human movements. Get the right mobility, get the right strength. Life is based on strength.
Yeah. Definitely. There's some strength, but like you said, more the functional movements rather than the strength.
People think, unfortunately, it's like an entertainment industry. So every day I want to do something different. No.
Yeah.
No. There's no adaptation, not that much.
I remember when I was younger, I used to see these big bodybuilders, and I thought that was real strength. Until the day you walk into a martial arts dojo or something, and you realise it doesn't matter.
Because strength is not equal with the muscle size. Strength is the equal how much tension you can produce with your muscles. Yeah. It's not muscle size. Yeah. For example, if you're talking about jiu-jitsu, it's the frame. Yeah. Okay.
Frame of the push and the pull.
For example, yeah, push and pull, exactly. And you came back to the same what I just said, push and pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the main framework, isn't it? To be able to block, to be able to push and pull.
But if you talk about block, for example, is a lot of similarities actually. You know, for example, in Muay Thai, when a punch is coming, you know, you do it from here. But if you come down to the ground, then you do the same side control. I do the same here.
Yeah.
But if you stand up now, or just come up here and stay in the camera, for example, if you have a hook, from me, I do the same. It's the same. I have a frame, I have an elbow. It's the same here.
Yeah.
I have a frame, I have an elbow. Exactly the same. And it really doesn't matter someone much heavier, stronger or something. If you have the right angle, you have the right movement, you have the strength, it's not the muscle size. It's simply just the right movement and the right timing and the right strength. Because you produce strength with tension and not big muscle size.
Yeah. Just coming back with consistency.
Of course, the weight, especially when someone is punching, of course, it counts more because more weight behind. But as well, it's not the same.
Yeah, there's always other things you can do and to counter those and everything. No, I really appreciate it. So obviously, we're time permitting anyway. Like we've got a long amount of time. Is there anything else you want to say for our viewers, for the children, for people, just anyone who's struggling to motivate themselves before we go?
We're struggling. First of all, need to know clearly what they want to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter now the age group. Someone is 10, 18, 20, 40, probably different thing. But clarity is power. I have to know exactly what do I want to change.
Yeah.
If I'm not thinking on that what I want to change, I'm going to mess up my life. Because I don't know what I want. You have to know clearly what you want.
Yeah.
And second of all, you have to know actually why you want what you want. So you need some motivation behind. You have to explain to yourself. Because the mind is like a Google. Yeah, and if you put into your mind, and I'm seeing many people have problem with confidence, so not confident, lack of confidence. You know, I am not good. I am weak. I am something. The problem is that if someone thinks that I am weak, it's like a Google. A lot of things comes out. Yes, you're weak. Yes, you're not good. Da, 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 da. But if you think about that, what can I do for it? You're gonna find the same
solution.
Brain is like a Google. Is gonna find a solution.
Yeah.
It's gonna find, because hit a gym. Yeah. First of all, if you go to a gym, you surround yourself with new people, and Jiu-Jitsu perfectly represents life. For example, someone is on the ground, and this is one of my favorite explanations with that to the end. Someone is on the ground and getting panicked because someone is smashing him to the ground.
Yeah.
It's like in life, someone need to pay again.
Bills,
the tax. At home, a problem with the wife. At work, nobody likes me. It's the same. Yeah.
Pressure.
If you learn, if you learn to handle the pressure and stay calm in a bad situation,
everything else falls in line.
That's what actually people are saying. I like to say, fight like you cook at home. That is no different. I cook at home, normal, and I do. Fight like you cook. Don't think, it's not special. Exactly similar things, simple. So don't stress.
Yeah.
Don't panic. It's just like a normal, natural thing. But of course, it takes time, and at the beginning is not. But I know it's hard. But the first you have to handle your emotional state during fight, because anyway you're gonna slow down.
Yeah, I think there's a culture problem too, because a lot of people say you can't put your kids through too much. You know, there's a soft generational problem, even with the elders, like you said. I can't do this, I can't do that. You have to. It's a negative connotation attached. People don't realize how much the body can do, and how much it can persevere with, as long as you fight overcome the mental kind of barriers to getting into it. Yeah, exactly. The more you give to yourself the stress, more you give yourself the impact, more your body adapting, more the adaptation, and the whole thing is action reaction as well. So for example, if someone is just doing something, you just block straight away. There's an action reaction because you see something happens. It's like driving a car, and very first time, you remember very first time when you drove your car? Everyone remembers. Many pedals, many gears, many people, many cars. And the very first time when you want to change the line, for example, on the motorway,
how many liters water comes off you?
Yeah.
And you just and now after how you don't think.
Yeah,
fight is the
same thing.
Just you have to give yourself the same environment, the same impact, and the body and the mind adapting.
No,
and no adaptation without you can fight only how you practice.
Definitely. Attila, I really appreciate your time. What we'll do is, for the viewers, we're going to put links in. You've got a website, and obviously we're right now at Carlson Gracie Slough, where you teach. Is this full-time where you teach?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so come and visit, definitely support, and I'll be putting the links in the video. We hope that you've enjoyed the podcast, and there's a lot to learn from Attila. Your speech, you had me captivated. You speak very well. I'd actually want you to come in to speak to the kids or something like that if you're ever available and talk about it. But yeah, no, thank you for being on the show. And our viewers, very much. Us. Thank you. Catch you in the next one.